you're new to content creation, you've probably already wondered how people get brand deals. And you may have even thought to yourself, well, I'd like to do that too one day, but maybe I'll wait until I have 100,000 followers or 10,000 followers, or insert number of followers/subscribers here. In this video today, we are going to be talking about why you don't need that many subscribers to start collaborating with brands or to start getting brand deals. This is a really common misconception that a lot of people have when they start content creation, or even if they've been in it a little while. It is a misconception because people genuinely believe that they need to have those high numbers of followers or subscribers for brands to take notice of them. And fortunately, it's not usually the case. So if you're new here, my name is Kaylee June and I'm a beauty and fashion photographer based near Sydney, Australia, but I am also a content creator, and I've been running this channel now for the last couple of years where we talk about all things freelance, content creation, business-wise, and social media. And like I said, today we're going to be delving into why you don't need thousands of followers to get your first brand deal. Now in this video today, we're going to go through this misconception, and I'm going to be talking about a few different points to remember if you are doing content creation and you want to start working with brands, to really keep these things in mind, because you don't need 100,000 followers to start getting those brand deals. And let's go through why. So point number one is that brands are usually more interested or concerned with engagement rather than your follower count. Yes, large follower accounts like 1 million followers or potentially even hundreds of thousands can grab a brand's attention. I'm not denying that, and there will be brands out there that are really looking for that initially. But for a lot of different brands out there, they are more concerned in the engagement rate for the ratio of followers to engagement. So they really want to see a high engagement rate. And fortunately, this is usually easier to do if you have a smaller following. You can usually build your engagement a bit higher because it's generally something that actually happens as you grow and as you get many thousands of followers. You will start to find that it's harder to keep your engagement rate higher. So the number of followers that you have doesn't always mean that much, and they may not even be that invested or care that much about you or your cause. And that's really evident a lot of the time in terms of how high your engagement is. This is why brands are so concerned with that, because they'd rather approach a content creator that has really good engagement and a lower follower count versus a really, really high follower count with next to no engagement. At the end of the day, these brands are looking to sell products or to promote their products, and they want to approach content creators that have that genuine relationship with their audience members and that can really engage them enough and promote their product well. They don't want to approach lots of people that have high follower counts but virtually no engagement, because that's not really going to do a lot for their own marketing purposes. Micro-influencing is on the rise, and a lot of brands have been hopping on this trend. And it is a trend for a reason, because it generally provides good results. So like I mentioned, even though a lot of these accounts are a lot smaller, their followers or subscriber amounts are a lot smaller, they do tend to have better engagement and a better relationship with their audience, which is really what brands are valuing these days. I think a lot of brands are sick and tired of spending a lot of money on a lot of content creators who have millions of followers, but they're not really producing the goods when it comes to actually promoting their product successfully. I'm actually going to insert and recommend a TikToker. Her TikTok handle is @RenReports, and I find her really fascinating to listen to because she talks a lot about this. She is a social media marketing manager, and she deals a lot with influencers, a lot of different influencers, and she quite often does rundowns in her TikToks where she reports who she's contacted throughout the day in terms of influencers, how many followers they had, how much they were charging, what she thought of what they were offering. It's very, very eye-opening, and if you're really confused on what you need to charge even as a content creator, or if you want to know more about the behind the scenes of what goes on with these brand deals, definitely go and give her a follow and have a look at her TikTok, because she's got some really interesting information on there, and it's great to see it actually come from someone who is working for brands, who is actually making these deals with influencers. So it really does open your eyes a little bit more to the whole industry. So it's really interesting to see the comparison there and see what people are charging behind the scenes, and actually see what you can reach for even as a smaller creator. I'm also a prime example of someone who didn't have a large following when I first got my brand deal for my travel account. So for those of you who don't know, I actually also run a travel Instagram account, and it's called @Kaylee_journeys. And I was posting every day for about 6 months on there just to do a bit of a challenge. But with this account, my goal was to kind of get to that 1,000 subscriber mark initially. That was kind of what I had in terms of the goal for the 6 months of posting daily. And I did eventually get there, but I actually got approached at just 800 followers or so to have a brand collaboration. And I actually received a few free pairs of shoes, which I really ended up loving. And I was able to do a collaboration post that way with that particular brand. So that's a really promising sign as well. If you have a small following and you're getting interest from brands, they can probably see that you've got a higher engagement rate or you're really engaging with your community, which is also a good thing. Even with this current channel, I am getting quite a bit of attention from different brands at the moment, and I only have around 3,000 subscribers. Compared to my main channel, which is my photography channel, I nearly have 100,000 subscribers on there. But having said that, that's taken me nearly 10 years to build that channel to that point. So a lot of the subscribers that subscribed maybe like nearly 10 years ago, or even 5-6 years ago, are not very active on there anymore. And obviously just being that I have worked on that channel for so long and it's been stretched over such a large amount of time, although 100,000 followers is still wonderful and I do engage with my audience as much as possible, I realize that my engagement rate is not as high as it could be. So I don't tend to ask as much for certain brand deals and things like that, or as much as a lot of other accounts that have a similar following would. Having said that, even on the early stages of having my account, I would still get interest from brands in terms of doing paid posts, paid videos, paid integrations, and this was really at about the 10,000 subscriber mark or even less. So I was getting that interest even about 6 to 8 years ago. So it definitely goes to show that you don't need a really large following to get that interest from brands in the first place. So I think all of this really does go to show that the follower count is just a number, or subscriber count is just a number, and it doesn't necessarily mean much all the time. Engagement is really key and building community is really key. If you want these brand deals, don't focus on the subscribers, don't focus on the followers as much. Definitely have your targets if you're looking to see growth with that. That's absolutely fine. But I think more than anything, make sure you focus on engagement. This is something that I've really been talking about a lot lately on my channel because I really feel like it's made the world of difference with my Instagram in particular. And as I mentioned, even though I was posting daily on there, I still found that engagement was just as important as that consistency of content. So definitely make sure that you are engaging with your audience, as small as it may be, and don't feel too bad if you do have a smaller audience because there's still a lot of opportunities out there. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video today and I hope you learned something new. Let me know in the comments section below if you've had a brand deal with a really small following, or if you're looking to get brand deals, or even if you've got questions about brand deals in general. I'd love to chat about them in the comments section. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, make sure that you do, because I'll be posting a lot more content like this in future. Make sure you put any requests down in the comments section below as well for what you'd like to see on my channel. But for now, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.